all of you who are here. For tonight, there will be a warm-up by me, combinations back and forward by me and Darren. Today, we got a question by Sense. We will work on a lot of blocking and countering straight after. So the combinations will probably be a little bit shorter than we normally build it out to. But for the rest of the night, we will enjoy some blocking and countering. Tomorrow we have another Kihon session. We will go up from 4th Q till Niden doing the syllabus. We had last week where we did the 10th up till the 5th and the 17 arm and 21 leg techniques. So we will maybe run through them all, and then just from 4 to 2nd then go up to there. And then this Saturday there's going to be another special guest, a very current multiple European and multiple world champion, who is an incredible technician. So you guys don't want to miss that, as like the rest of the weeks we had already. Don't really think we got anything less to say except for enjoy today. And if you got a question, please use the chat, guys. Hi there, Philip. So, right then. So we will just start off with a little warm up on your place, and we got another one joining. Right then.
Did you make me host as well? I can help you out with that if you want.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Right then. Left leg in front, and every time you go to the front, you just stretch out your left arm. Us. All right, there we go. Ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, q. 10 more. Ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, q. And right hand. There we go. And ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, q. 10 more. Ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, q. Shear. Right leg in front. When you go forward, you will make a straight. When you go back, you will make an Staski. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Try to adapt to the difference again. So there we go. And ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, q. Shear. Knee, sun, chi, go, rock, fish, ash, q. Lost them. Fish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, fish, ash, q. Aisha. All right. Other leg in front. Same. And knee, sun, chi, go, rock, fish, ash, q. Shear. Fish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, fish, ash, q. 20. Last one. H, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, fish, ash, q. Aisha. Shake loose again. As we said, we will be working on blocking and countering today. Now what you will do, block and block again. Other leg and other arm. So block the punch, block the low kick. Block the punch, block the low kick. Really try to go outside. Us, ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, q, shida, ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rock, sish, ash, q, shida. All right, then. We will do 20 squats now. Us and ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rook, sish, ash, gu, shida, ish, knee, sun, chi, go, rook, sish, ash, gu, 20. And someone else in the meeting as well. All right, what we're gonna do, block, block. So we're just gonna do it reverse, block, block, and block, block. Os,
Os.
we go. Left, left is 1, right, right is 2. Os,
Os.
there we go. Ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aisha, last 10. Ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, shida, yeah. All right, 20 seconds. And there we go. Ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, shida. Me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, shida. All right. We're gonna do block the punch, block the low kick, and counter to the inside. So low kick, counter to the inside, and then punch, low kick, other leg inside. 10 like these. We're still warming up, trying to get a little bit loose. Us, and already trying to find some movements and working on what we're going to do today. Us,
Us.
Ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, shira, aisha. 20, there we go. And ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, hya, ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, shira. All right, in reverse, block the low kick, block the punch, same hand, go forward with a jab. Us, other leg, block the low kick, block the punch, same hand, you will punch. Us is all about block, adverse, and counter. Us, there we go, come on, tape, only 10. And ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, shira, aisha. Shake loose again. 20 and ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, here, ish, me, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aisha. All right. Last exercise. What we will do block, block, front leg, and counter straight away. So it's block, block, block the low kick, and counter with a leg kick. Us. One more time. Uno más. 1, 2, block, binnenkant low kick. Like this. Get them right. 1, 2. Just forward, forward, block, and counter. Us. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. One more exercise, and then we're a little bit warm enough to start by the first combination of Darren. Us.
Us.
Right then, so there we go. Ish. Me. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Fish. Ash. Go. Shia. Ish. Other leg in front. Right, left, right, Right. Us. Still stay low with the kicks. Us. Really easy. Trying to warm up the legs a little bit. Us. My take. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rock. Fish. Ash. Cool. Yeah. All right. 20 squats, 20 sit-ups, 20 push-ups. Then we'll take a quick little drink. Go over to Darren. Right then, there we go. And ish, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, shia. Knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aisha. All right. Go down to the floor, please. Just normal crunches. And there we go. And ish, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aisha. Ish, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aisha. All right. And 20 normal push-ups. Regular shoulder width apart push-ups, and try to always be on the first two knuckles. Go down and up. Please, this is still warming up. We're not tired yet because we're only working for like 10 minutes. Don't go like this or neck. We don't have to do that. Just go 1, bang, 2, bang, 3, bang. When you do the push-up, try to bring the elbow backwards, not to the outside. So no, like this. There we go. And on the knuckles, ish, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aisha, ish, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, aisha. All right. Shake a little loose. One more thing. Twist. Twist the other side. And all right. Get yourself a quick little drink. And then we will start our first combination by the most bendable man we all know. There he is.
So as Wes said, and we've already done a fair amount of, is we're going to work on predominantly blocking and counter-attacking today. So with that in mind, we're going to be in position. We're going to take a Gyaku block. Okay, as we take the Gyaku block, we're going to move slightly to the side. Just a little bit of a circle, not a big circle like this. We just want to catch the punch as it comes through with the forearm, step to the side, shtaski, and then the opposite leg will come across the front. So if you imagine someone's punching you here, we're going to take the arm across this way and then cut across onto that front leg. Okay, nice and simple to start off with. As we're there, making sure that we twist the body to do the block. Don't just leave the arm here because you're not going to have the strength within the body to do that. So as we move, twist, pull through, 1, and then cut across onto the top of that front leg. Wes, do you need to translate at all?
Yes, let me just do this for the Dutch people here. Oké, wat we gaan doen, we gaan met onze achterste hand gaan we een blok maken. Op het moment dat we blokken stappen we links diagonaal naar buiten. Links kant de hoek, rechts een low kick op de voorkant van het been. Niet op de zijkant, maar op de voorkant van het been, zodat je iets diagonaal uitstapt. Ja.
Okay. Cool, so we've got 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Exercises. back to Wesley after that. Make sure you get a quick drink after each round and be quick on those, okay? Ready? Let's go. Nice and light. Edge. Turn. Go. And change legs. Get going across, 1, 2, and then cutting across with the left leg this time. Okay, cool, let's go. Turn. Okay, on your backs. A bit easy other day. Just gonna have support at the back and then keep going. 30, 3, 0. Okay, to the count.
Yes.
H, ni, san, shi, go, rock, shish, h, ju, h, ni, san, shi, go, rock, shish, h, q, ni, ju, h, ni, san, shi, go, rock, shish, h, q, sanju. Get out, don't put your hands on the ground. Quick drink, over to Wesley.
Right then, everybody back. Right.
Yep.
We're just gonna do the same thing, and we're just gonna give some extra movements to it. So what we had, step outside for the block, hook, low kick to the front leg. When you put it back, hook again, knee to the face. Us, because we are at the side of our opponent. So we hit our opponent to the front of the leg, hook again. So maybe you will get your opponent to think, oh, that low kick just really hurt me. And at that time, you will go straight, kind of with a hizama washigiri, go to the face, or you can even do jumping it in. Us, don't do that now, but within a fight, you can do this. Us, slow, stand over there, outside, hook, low, hook, Jordan hizagiri. Us, 10 on the left, 10 on the right, exercise, and then we'll go back to Darren. Us. Oh, wait, one more time in Dutch. Dus, we blokken, stappen uit, hoek, counter low kick. Terwijl je die counter low kick neerzet, hoek, Jordan hizagiri naar het aangezicht. Push. 10 right, door naar Darren. Come my tip.
Push.
And ish. Knee. Sun. Shi. 4. Rook. 6. Ash. 2. Wide leg in front. Step out, block, hook, low kick, hook, hizagiri. Right then, there we go. 10. Knee. Sun. Chi. Go. Rook. Fish. Ooh. Last one, people. Shish.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Next exercise, done this before. We will do one-legged, only go sideways. But the more you do of these, the deeper you can get, the more explosive you will be. You have to do this a fair few times in a few weeks in your training to really make those muscles stronger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 times. Try to go deep, deep, deep. Only horizontally. Okay. And ish, ni, san, shi, ho, sish, ash, cool. 10 more.
Yeah.
Ni, san, shi, go, rook, sish, ash, cool, and sha.
Yeah.
And stand up. Shake loose. To El Stringerito.
When's the next Winter Olympics?
22.
Yep.
I reckon between us we can get a speed skating team and maybe a bobsled team too.
Definitely. Feel the rhythm. Feel the vibe.
Gear it up.
It's bobsled time. Yeah, man.
Cool runnings. If anyone hasn't seen the film, go and watch it.
I will.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the imagination that someone's coming forward to you first. Okay, so when they come forward, we just want to adjust, hit a maigiri, we're then going to block, shitasuki over the top. Okay, so we see the person starting to come in there, one, block as they attack, as they come in, maybe in, shitasuki, and then on top, in. Okay, so as we do the maigiri, we come slightly back, we take the block, then we start to go forward, 1, 2, and then we repeat again. Back a little bit, maigiri block, forward a little bit, 1, 2. So it's only a subtle movement, but it makes a big difference in being able to do the maigiri and then make the distance up with the 2 punches that you've lost in space with the leg, okay? Do you want to explain, guys?
Yes, please. You show it to them.
Ja.
Goed. Dus het volgende wat we gaan doen, we gebruiken het gevoel dat iemand op je inloopt. Je skipt een klein beetje naar achter met je voorste been, maigiri met je voorste been. Terwijl je hem neerzet, blok je met je rechterarm, dus je achterste arm, counter, linkshoek, rechts direct naar de borst. Ja.
Good? Okay, good. My Dutch is a little bit rusty still, so. Okay, 10-10, exercise back to where's 10. Okay, let's go. Ready? Out! Sun! Chi! Oh! Right! Hey! same thing. Back, in, block, shitaski, drive forward with the gyaku at the end. Okay? Let's go. Ouch! Turn! She! Go! Rank! Last one. Shia! Shia! Okay. Right. See my feet. So, what we're going to do is we're just going to do some miniature jumps. Okay. We're not going to be too far. We just need to work on driving back each time. Okay. The most important bit is going back. We're working on counter-attacks, evasions, blocking, etc. today. So you need to be able to move out of the way of the target all the time. Okay? So what we're going to do from there, going to go back, squat, little jump forward. Okay? Back is the sharp bit, down, up is more of a relaxed pace. Don't expect you to go bang, bang, bang. That's not the important bit. This bit needs to explode, squat, and then leisurely just get back into your place, okay? Make sure it's a full squat, not this stuff, unless we have bad knees, of course, okay? 10. Ready? Nice and light. Ouch! Leave. 3. She. Go. Back to Wesley, get yourself a good drink. Don't take too long.
Right then. So guys, we're going to work on kind of a little bit of what we just did in the exercise with Darren. Everybody knows that blocking low kicks or blocking at all is a very good thing in karate. Normally it's just, I'm strong, I just stand there. It's going to hurt my opponent a little bit more than he hurts me, and I'm going to be the winner at the end of the time. And I'm not going to use my brain. I'm just going to be the strongest. Us? Awesome. I'm not saying we all do that, but there's a big percentage of fighters who do this. Us? Also, when you never block and when you get kicked on your leg and you get hurt, you're probably going to block. But if you never use it, it's not going to be a perfect block as well. So you're probably going to get hurt even more, not only on the upside of your leg, but also on the downside of your leg. So I'm not saying we don't have to block, because that's what we're doing today, but we're just going to evade at this exercise. So dropping your opponent is beautiful. Dropping your opponent whilst he's attacking you and you're blocking, that makes him or her look even sillier. But evading makes them look extremely stupid. Us, if you get a kick and you evade and they just kick across you, the crowd is going to be ooh like that, and you want to really get into your opponent's head by doing stuff like that. So you want to make him look stupid, not like, you know, but in some exercises you want to make your opponent look stupid so you can go ahead from there. So we're just imagining the opponent comes in with a left right and an inside low kick. So left right inside blocking. What we're going to do is we're going to do block the left with the right hand, block the left with the right with the left hand, and when the inside kick comes, you just fade away. Us. So you're going to be block, block, fade. Also, this is what's happening. Like that. Us. At that time, we're just going to counter as well. So it's going to be block, block, fade, Maigiri, just as what we did with Darren. Us. You can do a Maigiri to the body, or you can do a Maigiri to the chin, whatever the distance is between you and your opponent. So it's going to be block, block, evade, Maigiri. Us.
Us.
So this exercise we just did makes us really work with our body into evade and really kick in again. Us. You've got to do this quickly. So you're going to be block, block, and there you go again. Us. Us. I will count a little bit slower, but make sure that when you do the combination, block, block, evade, kick, you do this quickly. Us. Us. Right. Us. I see a chat.
Just saying goodbye.
Right then. Wicked. Okay. That's quickly. Right then. So, block, block, evade, Maigiri. Us. Try to go for the chin. There we go. Come on, sit. Us. And move. Knee. Go. Look. Shoot. Last one. All right, other leg in front. It's going to be the same. Backhand block, front hand block, evade, Maigiri Jordan of the front leg. Us. Us. And knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Fish. Ash. Go. Shish. Alrighty then. And now we will go for an arm exercise because we've done stomachs, legs, 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 arm exercise, so we won't forget. Us. We're going to be doing left arm on top, right arm like a staski. 10 times on the left, 10 times on the right. We've done these before. Try to do. Us. Right. There we go. Come on, sit. And there we go. Ish, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go. Other leg, sorry, other arm, right leg on top, left arm underneath. Yeah, there we go. And more. And ish, knee, sun, she, go, rook, sish, ash, go, ash. Over to Darren. Get a quick drink. Us. Us.
Okay, so we're going to use a very similar movement to what we did in the exercise and what Wesley did now. What we're going to do is we're going to think that they're going to take a Maigiri towards us. Okay, so what we're going to do is take the block, and from there we're going to do a straight back kick. Someone in the crowd taught me this a while back. He was pretty good at back kicks as well. You may know him. He said he always liked to take the Maigiri at the person to open the person up so that then you could have the time and the space to deliver the back kick as well. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, so as the person comes in, we're going to evade, skip back slightly, and then drive in with a straight back kick. No more is needed at this time because the person's coming in to make the ground up. We're going to in, straight back. And if we can, what we're aiming to do is before this leg from the maigiri lands, we're already on the rotation. Again, we can lead the count a little bit slower to make your reactions that little bit quicker each time. But what we're trying to avoid is you going 1, 2, really land, and then we've got loads of time to do the technique. We don't have that luxury. We want to hit them because by the time their leg's here to down, he's not going nowhere. He's got no options. He has to stay there. And at that point, you can really take advantage. So we're going to be in. Okay. So we're going back in. And we try and get it just as it touches the ground, maybe just after. So he's got very, very little time to move out the way. Okay.
Do this in Dutch, please.
Yes, of course.
When you show it, I will translate. Dus het volgende wat we gaan doen, we gaan het gevoel hebben alsof we een maigiri blokken. Terwijl we die maigiri blokken, met onze achterste arm, gaan we voorste been, achterste been tegelijk naar achter zetten. En komt er vanaf je achterste been een ushiro-giri, het liefst voordat je tegenstander zijn voet op de grond heeft staan. Dat mag het liefst net even ervoor, maar ook op het moment dat het been nog of net op de grond staat. Oesh.
Well,
Yes.
we're using our right leg right now, Bernardo, and we're imagining that that person is going to kick with their left leg. So their left leg will come here, out this way, and the right leg will come around this way. So you have loads of space and time, okay? Cool. In answer to Bernardo's text question. Okay, ready? Nice and light on your feet, move quick, rotate nice and fast. Okay, let's go. Other leg. Same thing. Remember, evade, get the weight going forward so we can drive that back kick straight away. No weight adjustment. We don't want to lean back to go forward. Keep the weight going forward so we're ready to drive off into our opponent. Okay? Ready? Let's go. Last one. Okay. Right. We are going to use legs again because I really want to concentrate on that drive. Okay. So if we can get up against like a hard surface, a wall, a sofa if it's pretty heavy or whatever. Okay. So we're going to be just like Usain Bolt is starting off in his running position. And what we're doing is exactly the same principles. We're going to be here, off, back, off. You need to start thinking about running and fighting in the same context. Usain Bolt starts off here, Neymar gets set, boom, when he was running. We're here, boom, attack, okay? Same principles apply. So we've got 6 explosions on the right, 6 explosions on the left, back over to Wesley, okay? Make sure you get a real good bend on the leg. Just bring it slightly off, and then push off the wall really solid. So you really feel the work in the leg, okay? Understand? See some thumbs? Don't see no thumbs, but okay. Wesley's gone out of screen.
I see a lot of thumbs.
Yeah, cool. All right, ready? Explode off really quickly. So, in position, come off the ground. Back. In off the ground. Knee. In off the ground. Sun. Oh, really? Out of those blocks fast. Everyone knows if Usain ain't getting out of the blocks fast, he ain't winning a race. She. And the same exists for fighting. You have to be first. Go! Last one on the right. Right. And the left. Let's see how many of us have got fast left legs. Andrew, this should be you, my friend. You're left-legged. Okay, ready? Push off. Come on, use that quad, use the muscles. Knee! That was rubbish. Talking about me, not you guys. Done! Sheep! Go! Good, last one, come on. Rework that. Ready? Right! And good. Back to Wesley. Let's have a quick drink. Always thinking about being that first out of the blocks. Can't wait forever to hit people.
Was it a certain Sheehan Jeff Wybrow who taught you this, Darren?
It was indeed.
What a coincidence that he's here. Oh my God.
3 years ago when I was young and he was younger.
Are you just saying he's old?
I'm saying he's a little bit older than me.
Right. So again, I'm going to give you something about evading as well. And evading is even harder than blocking. And evading and countering is one of the hardest things there is. And you have to be very, very sharp, and you have to be very active in what your opponent does. I'm not saying you have to really fight the fight of your opponent, but sometimes your opponent is just a little bit stronger, or just a little bit fitter, or maybe just had a better day than you. But it doesn't mean you can't win them. Some of the masters of evading are guys from Thai boxing, and I happen to do a few lessons of that as well. So I'm just gonna bring this into karate, and it's quite hard to do, but a very, very effective tactic if you can really use it in the right timing. So please, guys, which is very important, don't think, so Wes just gave this to us, let me try this on the mat the moment I'm there, without even practicing it with an opponent. But please do this a few times before you're going to use this on the mat. So what we're going to do is we are standing a little bit close by, and we're having a toe-to-toe fight. And when your opponent is going to be swinging at Jordan Washigiri, you will just bring back your body and use it again to counter. And we're not going to really focus on the counter. It's just that the counter is away, right cross, and left low kick. So what's going to happen is your opponent's over there, and she really drives in that Jordan Washigiri. And when the Jordan Washigiri comes in, you just make them look stupid. Please have your hands a little bit over there, standing over there. Make it look stupid, and use it as a reaction from what you just got on. So what we're going to do, you will be standing on the balls of your feet, and at the moment you will bring your body backwards. You need to bring your hips forward. So what we're going to do is we're going to really evade, but keep your hips to the front. So whenever your body comes back, you will fall into the Yaku ski. Os. So one time, you're going to stand over here. 1, 2, 3. Os. Try this. Os. And it might look silly, but you will have to get used to using your upper body loose from your legs. Os. One more time in Dutch. Hetgeen wat we gaan doen, is we gaan een Yodomo Washigiri niet blokken, maar ontwijken. Os. Dat is best lastig, dus op het moment dat die Yodomo Washigiri komt, ontwijk je. Je brengt je rechtervoet iets naar achter, maar je houdt je heupen naar voren en vanuit die positie komt die in. Os. Let me rephrase one thing. Ja.
Hier, glij je naar voren. Glij je naar de trap.
Ja, je glijdt naar voren naar de trap. Maar, ik ga eventjes wat extra context geven. I will give you guys some more context. So when we go there, don't keep your legs over there and only do it like that, because you won't have any balance. What we're doing is when the right Jordan Washigiri comes, bring your right leg to the back, your body to the back as well, and from there, blast off the back leg to counter with the right cross and the left Washigiri. This is a very important move. This leg. I would like to circle it, but I can't. When you stand over there, toe to toe, 1, 2, 3. And left, 10 times on the right, exercise, and then we'll go back to Derek. Right, that's it. Really do it fast, do it fast. Be easy on your feet, light on your feet. Stand. She. Go. Look. Six. Two. Yeah. All right, other leg. Just as important, your back leg, go backwards and really try to extend your abdomens there. Try to really make them long, and when you go forward, really get them tight again. You have to work with your abdomens as well in this. 10 times. Go. No questions? Oh, wait. Sorry, chats. Yes, you have to step in after the avoidance. Yes. All right, man. Come on, take. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Run. Last one. All right then. So, what we're gonna do, and I would like you to have you guys do this as just a short exercise right now, but normally you will do this maybe like in a 50-meter dash or a 100-meter dash. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stand on one leg, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna blast off with a one-leg jump to the back. And one leg jump, and really stand there, and then you go back forward. One, and really jump to the back. One, and you can go there. 5 on the right, 5 on the left, just an exercise. But when you do this on your own or in the dojo, you can do this 1, 2, or 3 lengths. Os. Come on, take. Right leg, left leg on top, and come forward again. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. All right. Leg. And ish. Go down. Knee. Sun. Shi. Last one. Go. Steer. Then get yourself a quick drink. Over to Darren. Us.
While you're getting a drink, on them couple of exercises we've done, they're really important exercises to make sure that we're driving forward or we're driving back. As we've said before, if you can't make the distance up to throw the techniques, it's kind of useless being able to throw techniques. And this one especially that Wes is doing here is very similar to the position you'll do at the end of back kicks. So if you're struggling on back kicks, it's probably good for you to work on that as well, okay? Right, so it's normally a little bit easier to evade something when you've got distance between you. And what I mean by that is if someone throws a leg, normally you've got time to see it. It's a little bit easier to react and evade and move out the way. What people tend to do when they're inside is just take it. You know, so if we're in here, people just tend to tense up, cover up, ride the storm, so to speak, and then maybe they come out of it okay. What you're failing to realize is that although you may not be getting hurt, you might actually be losing the fight in that situation because A, you're getting hit a lot, and B, what you don't factor in your mind is that when you want to then do something afterwards, it's actually taking energy out of you, just covering up and absorbing what they've got to offer. And we are all guilty of that. You know, I was guilty of it when I got bigger and stronger, and maybe even when I was younger, because I just wanted to prove a point that even though I was tiny, I could take it. And although I wasn't hurt, didn't necessarily give me the best optimum to then go on afterwards and do something, okay? So what we're gonna do is when we're inside is we're just gonna shuffle from side to side here, okay? So we use a lot of forward, backwards movements. Me and Wes, we like to divert off at angles as well. But what we're gonna do is, as someone's maybe doing shtaskis or low kicks, is we're gonna just push off to the side. And often the art is not necessarily about, you have to accept one thing if you're gonna fight, you're gonna get hit. Doesn't matter who you are or how good you are, you need to accept that fact really quickly, otherwise it's probably not the sport for you. Okay. But with little subtle movements, you can take the power from 100% down to 60%. And if you're saving yourselves a lot of 40% over a few fights, by the time you get a final, that's a lot of damage you've saved yourself. Okay, and that's the most important thing. You're going to get hit, do your thing, enjoy the fight, try to preserve yourself as much as you can. Okay. So as we move 1, 2, we're going to move, hit, hit. Okay, we're not going to use the legs at the moment because I don't want to confuse people with, because what they'll start doing is this here. Okay.
Do that again, please.
Excellent technique. Yeah, technician of the world, I'm telling you. No, what you need to concentrate on is moving quickly to the side. Keep the bum tucked in. Even though we're moving to the side, we don't start doing this and waggling around. Keep the core strong. In. Okay, so we move out the way of the kick, out the way of the shtaski, and we're capitalizing whilst we take them movements. Okay, Bit of a long explanation, sorry. Wes, you need to translate.
Yeah, I'm going to translate all though.
Sorry.
Okay. Can you show the movements, please, so I can bring them in Dutch? Oké, hetgeen wat we gaan doen is, wat belangrijk is dat op het moment dat we geraakt worden, als je blijft staan, dan voel je de volle 100%. Binnen karate ga je klappen krijgen, hou daar rekening mee. Maar als je die klappen een beetje kan verminderen, is het hartstikke fijn. Wat we gaan doen, we bewegen zijwaarts met onze beide benen naar de linkerkant. Daar maken we gebruik van een rechte hoek. Dan gaan we weer terug eigenlijk naar de basispositie waar we waren. En dan komt een linkerhoek en een linkerstoot op het borstje. The left is 2 punches, right? So right is 1 punch, left is 2 punches. Yeah?
Yes, exactly.
Die rechterhoek maken, terwijl we die kant op bewegen. Bewegen we terug linkshoek, links overheen op de borstkas. Push. All done.
Just one more thing. Remember, those that were on Tuesday, think about what we said about the direction of the legs in the punch. Don't start going like this. Here. We still want to be able to drive forward. Okay? Cool. 10-10. Sorry for taking so much time. Okay, ready? Same thing other way. 1, 1, 2. Yep, sorry. 1, 1, 2. Away from the direction of the punch. Okay? Ready? Let's go. Right, so we're going to use a little bit of what Wesley used in his last combination. We're going to be here, back, okay? So we're using the muscles. What we're going to do is we're going to be here, 1, 2, 3, okay? Might feel a bit funny and a little bit special. When you go into the sides, what you want to do is stretch out the side muscles so that when we're doing all these side movements, we're keeping these muscles strong to stabilize your body, okay? So center, right, left is 1, and we've got 10 of them to do, okay?
One more time, please. The screen was stopped for me, so I didn't see any.
Oh, sorry.
No, it was mindset.
So we're going to be there. 1, 2.
Yeah. Thank you. I was thinking you were going to do that. So.
Okay.
When I saw you lying down there, I was thinking you wanted me to do this, but
Okay, ready? 1 count is 3. Ready? H. D. San. She. Go. Rook. Ish. Ish. Yeah. Last one. 2. Let me get. Drink, Wes.
All right. I'll take a drink. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just checking my my time. It's going pretty quickly again, as always. Time flies when we're having fun. There's gonna be one more by me. I reckon. Then one more by Darren. I won't do an exercise. So one more by me, one more by Darren, the finisher by Sense, then a little stretch off. Is that all right?
That's good.
Good. Right, what I'm gonna show you right now is we're gonna use a block, but a nasty one. Also, sometimes you have to be nasty. Know what I'm saying? Don't wanna say to you guys. I don't want to say to you guys that you have to be nasty or a dirty fighter. Sometimes it's pretty good to be a little bit nasty. So what we're going to do is we're going to try, when my opponent gives a knee with the right to my body, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my elbow to the inside, just on top of that knee. So the opponent will go in there. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to twist in my elbow into that knee. When I'm there, I hit the knee, a left hook, and then an inside low kick on the same place as where you blocked. Because, as I said, sometimes someone's stronger, you want to punish them for being stronger than you. Or you want to punish them for being fitter than you. Sometimes you just have to be smarter. So it's a mind game, guys. It's a mind game. So we stand over there. I'm in a little bit of a backwards position, so I'm gonna block, hook, and inside low kick on the same spot as where my elbow hits the knee. Again, you have to try this, but when you do this with your training partner, try to do it easy. 10 times on the right, and then we will go without any exercise. We'll go back to Darren because the time is running fast again. So that's it. And remember, you're there. He or she is punching you and will come over with the knee. So there. Knee. Sun. She. What? Five more. What I want you to do is when you go there, jump in a little bit with your leg. So we're gonna do 5 more on here. So what we're gonna do is get in, go forward, hook, low kick. 5 more. Here we go. Fish. Fish. Ash. Cool. Last one. Sure. All right leg in front. Again, go in there, bring the elbow forward. Don't go like this because you won't hit with the elbow. Go over there. Hit with the elbow, body shot, same spot. 10 times. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Rook. Sish. Ash. Go. Last one. Shit. Right then, guys. That was it for me. Stringer. There you go.
Okay, so again, when the person's in close, they often like to hit where your livers are because there's a little bit more space than coming straight through in the beginning, okay? So it's more natural to come around this way. Very similar to what Wes did here, I use a lot of this kind of movement to mess people's hands up. If you mess their hands up, then they can't punch you. That's great for you because it means you get hit less. Okay, so what we're going to do is as he punches this way, we're just going to turn the body slightly to give ourselves a little bit more space to maneuver away. Don't just do this because you'll probably get hurt still. Move your body slightly out. Now this needs to be done quickly because we don't want to leave the hand down here. Not like when Wesley was doing here. If you noticed, his hand had a really good cover to his face, okay, when he was doing this. You can't bring this out here and have the cover to the face because then you expose a lot more of your body, okay? So we need to, here, we shift the hip in to give that little bit more space. 1, 2, okay? And, okay, 1, 2, each time. We can obviously move out with the foot if you so please. Keep really strong in the core, push that. Make sure they punch the elbow, hopefully like this, so we start messing the thumb up, okay? Out, hit, really strong, and then move around, okay? Boom, boom, nice and strong. Good? Wes, you need to translate?
Yes, one more time please in Dutch. Dus het volgende wat we gaan doen is wederom een beetje een sneaky trucje. En dit gaat erom om de handen van je tegenstander uit te schakelen bij iedere stoot. Wat Darren doet is hij draait zijn lichaam in. Eigenlijk diagonaal draait hij hem weg, zodat hij met zijn elleboog tegen die hand, de stoothand aan kan komen. Om eigenlijk de duimen en bovenkant van de hand te blesseren. Push. Op het moment dat je tegenstander zijn handen niet kan gebruiken, kan je geen klappen krijgen. En dan gaat hij daar heel veel last van krijgen. Volgende dus wat we doen, elleboog uitdraaien gevolgd met een hoek met je tegengestelde arm. Push. Done. Cool.
10-10, no exercises for Sensei, isn't it?
Yes, then go.
Yeah, cool, excellent. Last 10 on the combination. Make it good, really rip that punch in, use the stomach muscles. Ready? Don't have a lot of time, get that there. Sun. She. Go. Change legs. Shift. Create the space. Tense the muscle. Get in. Coil back through. Okay? Last 10. Ready? Good. And over to Sense.
Of course, thank you, Darren. Get something to drink. Of course. I'm going to start with the finisher. I'm going to finish with stuff that Darren and Wesley did. It's just like slide backwards. First, we're going to do 2 times. We're going to slide backwards, jump up. First, we're going to do 20 times. First, and then 20, and the next going to be 15, 10, and we're going to end at 5 times. First, in between. In the sessions, we're going to just like push up position and gonna hit our shoulders like 1, 2, 3, 20 times. So we're going to do this 20 times. Translate in Dutch. Wat we gaan doen is we schrijden naar achteren en dan springen we omhoog. Dit kunnen we 20 keer doen, dan 15, 10 en eindigen met 5 keer. Tussen de sessies gaan we voorlicht zo staan, gaan we aanraken. Dit is 1, 2 en dat doen we iedere keer 20 keer. Oké, is everyone ready? Slide backwards, jump up. Die. Zot. Die. Wolf. Arch. Q. Q. Arch. Knee. Soft. C. Go. Red. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Okay, forward position. Arch. Knee. Top. T. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Arch. Knee. Top. T. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Okay. 50 times. Push. Arch. E. Top. C. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Arch. Knee. Some. C. Go. Push-up stand. Arch. Knee. Some. C. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Knee. Some. C. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Push. 10 times. Arch. Knee. Top. D. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Push-up position. Arch. Knee. Top. D. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. H. Knee. Top. C. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Last time. 5 times. What? Arch. Knee. Some. C. Go. Last 20. What? Arch. Knee. Some. C. Go. Back. Six.
Kihon the 10, people.
Q. Back. Knee. Some. C. Go. Back. Six. Arch. Q. Q. Good. Back to you, Darren.
Good drink, guys.
Good.
Done as usual.
Well done. Thank you, everyone.
Nice finisher, Sense. Amazing. Very good.
Top, jongens. Thank you, man.
That's nice.
Really nice.
Really nice.
Ah.
Well, last 5 to 10 minutes to stretching, Darren.
Good.
Okay, so let's go. Don't push the knee ahead like we've done in previous weeks at the moment. Keep it relatively underneath the knee, maybe just a little bit in front if you're pretty flexible. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off from here. We're just going to straighten the leg and try and keep this hip as low as possible. Okay. What a lot of people will tend to do is they'll go like this. And that's not really giving you the stretch that we want or that we deserve. Okay, so what I want is from here, we're just going to straighten that leg to really push this hip flexor out and back. Okay, stay low to the ground, keep your hand on the ground if you want, that's fine. Okay, right. We got 3 on this leg, 3 on the other leg, and then we're moving on to the next stretch. Okay, ready, push it out, try and really straighten that leg. Will be hard, I know, but do try. And relax. Okay. Next one, same thing. Push. Really force that leg so it should be shaking nicely. And relax. Okay. Last one, exactly the same. Okay, ready? Really force that, get it shaking. Come on, push this. Really make it work. And relax. And change to the other side. Okay. Same shape. Heel below the ankle almost. Knee on the ground, and then just try and straighten that up and manipulate that hip. Okay? Ready? After the first one, your legs should probably be shaking a bit, where you're really trying to force it. And relax. Done. Next one. Really force it. Let's go. Out. Try to keep that hip nice and low. Relax. Last one on this side. Then we go back to the other side. Last one. Really make that leg really tension, shake. Real big effort. And relax. Just come to the center. Just pushing forward and back. Just to loosen them off for the next one. Side to side. It's not so much a side to side, but while we're there. Okay. Right, back to the first one. So, these bits, they stay in the same shape. We're exactly the same with the left, with the right leg. The subtle difference is this time, where you was trying to push up, this time we want you to push up and back a little bit. Okay, so you're going to feel the stretch come through here very slightly, but it's enough. Okay, so we're not only just looking at pushing up here, we're looking at pushing back as well, and keep this really nice and low. And with that little push back, you should I say, get your leg a little bit straighter than it was before. Okay, right, let's go. So we lift up, edge, and push back, and really try to force that open. Stay nice and low. Now you've got much more weight on that heel, pushing backwards. Relax. Ready? 2 more. Edge, and push back. Really force that leg up nice and straight. Relax. Last one on this leg. Really force it. You should be working really hard because there should be lots of tension on your body trying to force that. It's not so much of a relaxed stretch, it's a really forceful one. Okay, let's go. Itch. And relax. And change hips to the other side. Okay, exactly the same. Knee over the ankle. Not only are we just lifting up, but we want to get real good purchase on the ball of the foot, pushing that back, really straighten that leg. Okay, ready? And let's go. Itch, push back. Don't lift the hips too high, keep them nice and low. Relax. Again. Itch. Relax. Last one, and then we got one more stretch on either leg. Okay. Ready? Last one on this side. Itch. Push it out. Force. And relax. Back to the center. Let's just loosen these off. Release the tension before we do our last set. Okay. Okay, so this last set, in the first couple of sets, we were probably, if we're truly honest about it, we were probably cheating ourselves. And that's not to say that we weren't trying. What we're going to do is we're going to try and adapt it very slightly, and you'll probably feel a massive difference. Okay, if I show you from the front, what normally happens is when we push this back, this knee starts to drop out this way to allow space for this extra opening up here. Okay, so what happens is this knee bends out this way. What may happen is we might lean to the side a little bit to give a little bit of a less stretch on the leg. This time what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and really clamp this in with this front knee, and we're going to really keep nice and square here. So what I want you to do is to hold this knee in here, and then as we stretch back, you're going to now feel it probably in this front hip flexor where we're clamping this in, and you're going to feel it more on this leg. Okay, so I'll show you from the front. The back is exactly the same. We're going from here and we're looking at straightening the leg but keeping the hip nice and low. What I want you to do is come in a little bit narrower, bring the hip square and clamp this left knee so that when we do this, you'll feel that pinch here also. Okay, we've got three on the left and then 3 on the right, and then we're done diddy done. Okay, don't cheat this time. You may not have realised it, but it will make a big difference if you clamp this in. Okay, so it alleviates the pressure that goes on here. Okay, push it in so it doesn't reduce that. Okay, so let's be strict. Let's get here first. Still over the knee and narrower with the hand. So not out to the side to create the space this time. In, ready, and get that nice and straight. You can't see my back leg, but I will be trying, I promise. Ready, itch. Remember, push it back and then push this in as we're doing. Keep that push, keep that push. Relax.
Oh,
Feel the difference?
it's really good.
Yeah, a big difference. Okay, ready? Remember, push this in as we're doing it now. Ready? Itch, push in, and then push the other one back. You're fighting against 2 directions. with lots of resistance. And relax. One more on this leg. Okay, keep it in nice and tight. Ready, itch. Try and relax that breathing. I know we're really tensing and everything, but keep that pressure and feel those shakes as we're really trying to stretch that out. And relax. Change over, other leg. Okay, first one, just clamp it. Second and third one, really try to push this in. Okay, all right. Last three, then you can go home. Well, you can log off. Okay, ready? Nice and narrow with this hand this time. Clamp, and let's go. Stay low to the ground with the hips. And if you're flexible already, really start to push that hip through with the right hand. May even feel it on the twinge of the bum as well on the right leg. And relax. I feel like I have to keep talking just to entertain you all because I can't see you. It's really good. Guys, ready? Two more. Let's go.
I was free.
Yeah. Come on, push that knee in now. Really, really force it. Come on, we can do this. And relax. One more. One more, DJ. One more.
You're gonna spin on it.
Let's go. Ready? H. Nearly there. 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Good job. It's not hand cheese count. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sha. And relax. Come back and just release off, forward and back, in, forward. Relax those muscles off. Okay. Less of a relaxing stretch today, more of a really, let's force it, but it's a real safe force because we're in a really constricted space rather than, you know, just ripping our legs wide and wide apart. Probably would have felt it a little bit in your buttocks, a little bit in the hip flexor, and then along the quad, and then maybe a little bit on the back of the calf when we was doing the pushing back movement. Okay, well done today as always. Super efforts. Worked on a lot of different stuff to what we normally do. Normally me and Wesley, we're very offensive people when we fight, and we like to capitalize, create gaps, create chances. We understand not everybody is like that, and Sensei obviously picked up on that today by asking for some counter-attacking and evading. Okay, don't get me wrong, you have to be able to adapt and do both, but more often than not, you're going to lean to either an aggressive or a counter-attacking fighter. So keep up the good work, guys. Keep learning and keep coming back. Okay, we love having you. Nice.
Amazing. Sens, have you got some final words for everyone in the session?
First, thank you for making it possible to do just like counter defense, because a lot of people like to fight forwards, just attack, and when they have to defend, they don't know what to do. So thank you to make it possible, and I'm looking forward to the next session with you two guys.
Nice.
Thank you all again. Thanks for your words, Sens. As we said today already, thanks a lot for all of you guys working hard again. Today a little bit different, where we were working on blocks and counterattacks, which is especially very hard right now when you when you're doing it alone. your imagination. So that's why in between the combination, we tend to talk a little bit more today, but that didn't mean we work less hard. So thanks again for today. It was a brilliant session. We had over 50 people again. A lot of strives following us again. We had the pleasure of she and Jeff Wybrow being in there again, just checking us out. So we had to give it our best to be there. But no, that's a joke. Thanks again for being there. Tomorrow, a Kihon session where we will go from 4th queue up till the Nidan. Sensei Conchita will teach the session, but me and Darren will be there. We will be jumping in the line to work with you guys. And this Saturday, again, there's going to be a very, very good special guest.
Super guests lined up for you guys. In fact, we've got a really good month ahead, to be fair.
Yeah.
The last month was amazing. The next month is going to be no different.
Yeah, this week, then we have another special. Well, yeah, the two upcomings, and the third one, the last one of May is one we've never expected to be in here. So we will try and make a new nice poster like we did and drop today. So that's going to be good. Also, we will kind of go quickly, hopefully very quickly, where you can order t-shirts from KRT. We had a few questions. What does KRT stand for? It's karate, but not the actual word, but KRT, karate, for our name. So you don't have to ask that anymore. Feel free to ask questions though, but we hope that we ask yours right now. Thanks again for today. And I think I will do a unmuting again now.
Top effort, guys. Well done.
And you
Pleasure,
guys,
as always.
say something.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wesley, what's your Instagram?
Thank you.
My Instagram.
Thanks again, guys. Great session.
Next time.
Os, Sensei West, Sensei Darren.
Thanks.
Os, nice to see you, Shihan. Nice to see you, Shihan. Jeff.
Oh yeah, cheers. Got it. Thank you.
Hey, you two guys are really good teachers.
Sorry, what did you say?
Yes, Jeff. Can't hear you very well though.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you saying.
He was saying that you guys are teaching really well.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay.
Awesome stuff, guys. Thanks, Sense.
First,
Bye. Thanks a lot. See you Saturday.
tomorrow.
Thank you, boss.
Killer finisher tonight. Killer finisher.
Well done, Sense.
Yes, Toby. Well done, mate.
Bye, guys.
You okay, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you. That's enthusiastic, don't he? That's my student, guys. That's my
Oh, really?
Did you have enough room? Did you have enough room, Andrew, in your flat?
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, not too bad. Could have done a little bit more, but I managed.
You worked hard today, then.
Yeah.
Very well done. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy it. I think it's really good that we actually concentrated on that stuff today, Sense, because a lot of people they have trouble with imagination, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true.
And if they don't have a partner or a person in front, you know, you even see it when you ask people to do shadow boxing. They really struggle with kind of imagination, combinations, and movement. They end up doing.
They just stand still and do nothing, you know. Yeah. And now they have to just do the block and then do the counter attack.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking if you could do this.
It was really good.
It was really good. Thanks for doing that.
Yeah. Excellent. Because I mean, I don't know about Wes, but I personally don't probably pay nearly as much attention to that kind of stuff as what I should.
Well, in normal sessions I do, but nowadays
with the imagination. You see a lot of people have a hard time with that. So it was a really good effort, and that's why when you asked, I said, why shouldn't we just do it straight away? Because we know how for it. So why shouldn't we? So it was really good.
Let's strike now. Give people another little bit of view on things, and it's
good
good
stuff to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, especially nowadays, you got to be much more than just a one-dimensional fighter. It's a really difficult world now, especially if you're starting out.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to start earlier because most of what you were saying, most of the people don't block. They just take it and then hope that they be fast enough to do much more damage.
Yeah.
So we have to be a smart fighter right now, because in the old days.
Not a session like this, because it was really. I think a lot of people will have a big advantage of doing this. So
yeah, I'm sure.
Very good. How did you find the session, Shi and Jeff?
Excellent. It was really good. The teaching is fantastic. Not only do you show the people what to do, but you explain what to do and why you're doing it, which is, that never used to happen in the old days.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
But you actually give in detailed explanation of what you're doing and why you're doing it, and it's really. I'm sitting here learning, and I was fascinated by it all. It's really good. Really.
Thank you.
It's so good to see. It's like what do you call it? It really encourages. I was sitting here thinking, wow, I want to be doing this. I want to be doing this again. So it's really encouraging. Yeah,
it's wicked.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. It's excellent. Really, I'm so impressed with your technique. It's unbelievable.
Awesome.
Detail. It's perfection.
Awesome.
Oh, did you know? I thought I might as well tell you. Did you know this? Roy Yama is giving a class in Japan on Sunday night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Something advertised earlier on. Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning for European time.
Is it today?
This Sunday?
Oh, Sunday. Yeah.
Early
is that Sunday morning, as in Sunday 2 a.m. or Monday 2 a.m.?
It'll be Sunday at 1 and 2 a.m. 1 for England and 2 for Europe.
Okay.
I might look in on that because in South Africa when I was first went traveling.
Yeah. How is he?
He's got a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
He has got a lot of knowledge. He's very into this Taiki Ken. Have you ever heard of Taiki Ken?
Yeah, I've seen him do a lot of that. Yeah, and I've handshake.
But he did a fantastic visualization when I was there. He did a thing where he made us visualize, like, our spine was like a scaffold pole.
Yep.
And we had to breathe in through. It was breathing in through the scaffold poles from the top of the head and from the bottom of the ground. And then he expanded that scaffold pole to your arms and your legs, so that then you would breathe in through the top of your head, through your hands, and through your feet. Yeah. So you breathe in and then breathe out through those pipes. And then he extended the pipes through your body until every single hair on your skin, every hair follicle on your skin, you was breathing in through and breathing out of. And he's expanding. It was like a visualization, but a mental training. But it was really good, and it was part of this Taiki Ken that he does.
I've seen a few of his sessions where he uses the movement, like the Tai Chi movements, going flowing like that. But I've seen him doing it with a top fighter from the Ken from his branch, and the guy is really explosive. So it seems that it really works. So
it's got some benefit. Definitely got some.
Kazumi and that lot used to do loads of that as well, didn't they? And Hiroshige, they used to use loads of that kind of flowing boom movement. Flowing and then explode. It's interesting. I'd quite like to do it. I'm not sure how much of it I'd if you get bored really quickly, if you know what I mean. Because if you don't understand it, then it's probably really difficult to appreciate it.
Yeah.
And you just don't know.
You ever visualize your fights before you have a fight?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you actually
They
see
go out in all of my visualizations, but in reality.
no, but it's really good. You know, if you can visualize yourself knocking your opponent out or sweeping him up or whatever you want to, you know, catching him with techniques, it's like it's very good because it's like, you know, you actually create with your mind as well.
I learned this from one of the top ice skaters from Holland. He was in a documentary, and he was visualizing where he was doing a lap. He was like a 500-meter sprinter, and he was doing his lap, and he was sitting on a chair, and he was doing the movements in his head, the start, everything, and then he stopped the time when he crossed the finish, and it was like 35 something or something like that, and then he was doing it, and he was only like 0.2 of a second slower or quicker than that. So he's really close to what he visualized, which is pretty good, because that means you really understand what you're doing. So I always try to do that. The problem is with tournament fighting, you can visualize yourself fighting. I was visualizing myself fighting Darren and never fought him. So
yeah.
But the thing is, it's like, it's not a first time experience when you go on the mat.
No.
Fighting that person, if you've done it in your head maybe 4 or 5 times before, it's like, so you're fighting that person. It's not like the first time you're fighting them. It's like you've got a mental experience of it. And it can help. I think it can help anyway. But no, great session. Thank you very much for letting me come, and I'll try and come into a few more if that's right, just to watch them, and if I can.
Welcome anytime.
Because your technique is great. It's just so encouraging and inspirational.
Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant. It's great to see. You guys are fit, I'll tell you that. You're really fit.
They are.
Yeah. I suppose you've got to be, haven't you? If you're going to fight, you've got to be.
Yeah.
That's the thing with this. You kind of have to do most of the session. Normally when you teach, you just say, all right, this is what we're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 5, show it 3 to 5 times, but now you have to.
I found that when I was doing sit-ups and stuff, it was killing me on Saturday. And I thought, do an exercise. Because I haven't, to be honest, I haven't trained, I haven't done any training for such a long time. And what made me do it was I locked myself out of my house the other week. And I thought, I'd just jump over the fence and get in the back. I couldn't even pull myself up over the fence. And I thought, oh my God, that's how bad I got. So made me do some push-ups and stuff anyway.
Yeah. You good.
Anyway, take care. I'm going to go now, but great session. Really enjoyed it.
Thanks for
Thanks again.
Okay.
Hopefully soon again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers. Well done, guys. Bye.
Catch that. Cheers, Jeff.
I see you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Yeah, see you on Saturday, guys.
Yes. Excellent. Look forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
See you Saturday, yeah, my friend. Are you going to be there tomorrow?
I have to work tomorrow.
Okay.
But my line's going to be there.
Wicked. Cool.
So, are you guys going to look for the Royama seminar?
I might try. It's late, but I've quite wanted to train with him, to be fair, in the past, but I'll see. It'd be nice to, but it's bloody late.
I was thinking.
Got the link. Can you just pass it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'll try and find it.
And I was thinking maybe I can do it on a later effort, because I think they're gonna probably tape it or record it. So
really?
Might be easy to do that.
That would be better.
That'd be great. Yeah.